So, you're interested in starting a venue, right? And all you're thinking about is finding that location, getting inside, hosting an event. Okay, so let's pump the brakes for a few moments because I want to discuss with you 5 common pitfalls to avoid. Hi, I'm Bonnie Hawthorne of BR Hawthorne Teaches, and I help new and aspiring venue owners create sustainable and profitable venues. So let's jump right into it. Number 1, the first mistake venue owners make is not having a business plan. You need to have a business plan because you need to understand your target market, you need to understand your financial plan and your marketing strategy. And without this, you won't be successful. In order to be successful, have some sort of business plan. Some people ask, how long does a business plan need to be? How many pages? That's completely up to you. It can be as short as 2 or 3 pages. It can be as long as 8, 9, 10. It just depends on if you're going for financing. But you have to have something set in stone to know what you're going to do and how you're going to accomplish it. So that's the purpose of a business plan. I know you say she talks about business plans all the time, but you just don't want to start up your business just weaving and, starting this and seeing this doesn't work and then trying to pivot and see what works. But a business plan will help you arrive to where you want to be and how successful you want your venue to be. So secondly, not understanding the regulatory requirements. This is huge, people, huge. The number one thing that I get when I have my strategy calls is people who have not been to zoning and want to know what they can do with their venue because it wasn't properly zoned for a venue. I'm always getting these questions. The landlord will not let me out. What can I do now? So now we're trying to pivot and go back to zoning, go back to the fire marshal to see what can be actually housed in that space. So that's one big problem. Do not jump into a location, sign the lease, and you haven't been to zoning, you haven't been to the fire marshal to see what it's zoned for, the capacity, if you can sell liquor and things like that in the space. If you cannot sell liquor in the space, that may not be the venue for you because that may be one of your selling points. That may be something that one of your competitors in the area is not able to offer, but you think you can, but there's a possibility you may not. So, also you want to understand the health and safety regulations and guidelines. The fire marshal again and zoning can help you with that. And also, I always tell people, as a venue owner, you may not be handling the food, but take food handling classes and other safety classes so that you are well aware of if something was to rise. Like CPR, for instance, we just never know what's going to happen and we may need to have those skill sets. So those are some things that you really want to do. Also, another big pitfall is insurance, people. No matter what business you're in, you have to have insurance. You must have general liability insurance and then any additional insurance that you may need to cover anything else. Say for instance, in my venue, I don't have liquor insurance, and that's because I don't sell liquor insurance. I leave that to the responsibility of my clients. If they want to serve liquor at their events, they must get liquor liability insurance and add my venue onto it. Also, we require them to have a bartender because we do not allow people to self-serve in our venue. So please, by all means, have insurance. And that's another thing. Before you actually sign the lease, you can go out and get estimates for your insurance or anything else that you need. And that way you'll have that to put in your business plan so you'll know what those expenses are that you have. So please do not operate without insurance because you will be liable for everything. Say for instance, I had a venue and we had water overflow in the bathrooms. We put the cones out, the signs that says it was wet, do not use the bathroom. We taped it off, and someone went in there and guess what? They failed and they tried to sue us for that. But thank goodness we had cameras, so everything was properly documented, that we did take the precautions to do that. But however, had we not and not had insurance, my goodness, that would have been a huge fiasco. So people, please, please, by all means, don't cut corners and cut costs. Insurance is a absolute must. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is not understanding your competition. Oh my gosh. People totally skip over the research phase, just go get a venue. They might go to zoning, they might go to the fire marshal, but they have no clue what other venues are in the area, what services and products they're offering, and what's going to make you stand out from your other venues in the area. So this is important. Understand what your competitors are doing, what they're offering, what their pricing is, so you can price yourself competitively. Okay, so for instance, if a venue in the area has say for instance, they have a dressing room for a bridal suite for the groom, they have catering, they have alcohol. So what can you do now to bring clients to your venue? So that's why you need to research to see what they have and what can you provide that they may not be providing. And in our industry, we call that your superpower. Say for instance, if you're at a lakeside property, your lake is your superpower. If you're in the mountains, sell on the mountainous, the views, the comfort and the quietness of your venue. So just figure out what your superpower is. And again, that is what is going to make you stand out from your competitors. Not having a strong team. I know in the beginning, money is tight and sometimes we have to roll up our sleeves and we have to get in there and get things done. But I'm telling you, burnout is real and you need to have a work-life balance. So you need to have a strong team. Your team is only as good as you are. And that means if you're not well and your team is not well and you're trying to do everything your own, really, your customers will read into that. They will see that because customer service is everything. Because when you try to do it all, like I said, you burn out, you forget things, things are not taken care of properly around your venue, the cleaning, ordering the supplies, the accounting, paying the sales taxes. I mean, all that will rest on you and that becomes burdensome. Even if you can't hire someone to be in-house, outsource it. Say for instance, your accounting, your social media, all that, outsource it to people like on Fiverr, Upwork, and platforms of that nature. So don't try to do everything yourself. And one great thing that people do not often realize, go to a university or school that has a hospitality department and see about some of the students there coming to work for you. I mean, they may work for a minimal fee because they may need credits, they may have projects they need to do, and so that will take some of the burden off of you. I know you'll say, oh, my family, I have my family, they'll help. You don't want to just rely on your family, okay? You want to have a successful, trained, well-run organization so that you can exert that to your clients. You want your clients to know when they walk in your door, they're going to get the best professional customer service that anyone in the area offers. So once again, hire a great team. And if you can't, outsource some of those tasks so you don't burn out and things don't become cumbersome and burdened on you, okay? So next, we're gonna talk about people do not invest in marketing, okay? You're not just gonna be able to open up the doors and say, oh, they'll come. No, they won't. Okay, you might have some friends or some family that may, host events there, but you can't count on that. You need to have a website. You need to have social media platforms. And once again, if it's something that you can't do, subcontract it out, right? I mean, once again, Fiverr, Upwork, there's plenty. And you can even go, once again, you can go to different universities, hire students that are majoring in those areas and hire them to come in to do something. But one of the biggest things that I see, once again, when I have these strategy calls, I will ask my clients, do you have a website? Do you have social media? And I am really flabbergasted at the amount of people who have venues that don't have a website, that may have a social media, but it has 5 or 6 posts on it. How are you going to get the word out? I mean, yes, you can use local advertising, newspapers, magazines, and things of that nature, but sometimes that's costly. Organic advertising works. It really works. I mean, your Google My Business page, your Instagram page, your Facebook, TikTok, whatever avenue you want to use, it works. And it sets you, in that way you're setting yourself up for success, and people are learning about your venue. So these are some common mistakes or pitfalls that I want you to avoid and to think about before you start on your venue, your journey to locating a location and opening up your venue. Because I'm telling you, some of these things, if you overlook them, especially the regulatory and safety requirements, not doing your research about your competitors, the demographics in the area, I mean, you're just opening up something that just, a venue that just may not flourish. So do your homework, do your due diligence. And I know you guys are saying, she says this stuff all the time. And I'm saying this all the time because I'm telling you, at least 2 to 3 times a week, I'm speaking to someone who is not taking these steps, okay? And so they're not setting themselves up for success. And so therefore, you're not going to get a return on your investment. And we're in business to make money. It's not a hobby. This is serious. When we have a venue, we are telling our guests that we're going to give them a safe, healthy, and friendly environment to host whatever a special event they're hosting. So please do not take the shortcuts. Please go back and listen to this video time and time again so you can know what to avoid to set yourself up for success. I'm Bonnie Hawthorne at BR Hawthorne Teaches, and if you liked our video, give us a thumbs up, and if you want to stay in the know, subscribe. I look forward to chatting with you again soon.